Let's explore autistic history and the Autism Wars. This is part 61 of a series. We are still in the year 2000, and we are looking at an opinion piece that was written for WebMD by Mr. Pines, and he wrote about the Dan Burton phenomenon for autism, and Danielle Sarkin responded back and took apart the statements and wrote her response to them and had it published there. And so I'm sharing that, and we're going to pick back up where we left off. So her response: if you had been at the hearing on April 6th, one where her father gave the opening speech we just talked about so much of, or researched anything about us, you would know that my son, all capitals, not only received the preventatives, and that's me changing out the word there, but he received a total of 9 of them that day. Skipping ahead just a bit. You would have even noticed at one time during the hearings, my father called out to the audience to me to have me name all the preventatives that Christian received in one day. But apparently you did not feel the need to review your information before you sent it out in your article. Oh goodness. And in this response, when they speak about Rain Man, we're talking about the discrediting tactics already being used. Even for that, it's not my child argument coming in. Not all autistics are like this, but but it's this autism that's not really autism. It's this new kind of autism that may just look like autism but be something else. That's where we're at. Statement says Burton has become a one-man show in criticizing the safety of preventatives, and in doing so, he may actually cause harm to other children by discouraging them from being properly prevented. He recently held a public hearing and will hold another in May. So one wasn't enough. They're going to go in for number 2. I am sure that this is a more personal matter to my father than most politicians, because he was on the phone with my husband giving CPR instructions to him to relate to me the night my daughter stopped breathing after receiving her second preventative of FD. And I am sure that watching my son change the way he did after receiving all of his preventatives in one day, 9 of them, also has made him very devoted to this. But this is not the only reason. I can assure you that he got involved. That is some massive manipulation happening in there. I mean, massive. We're just gonna stop. Right. Okay, so when you hear from hundreds and hundreds of families all praying that someone will listen to their story of a normal child who after preventatives becomes autistic, and one man stands up to listen to the voices of parents whose children are either autistic, unalive, damaged, mentally impaired, learning disabled, cancers, and many other disorders. Oh my. All from what they feel is the preventatives induced, and I think we as parents, grandparents, aunts, and uncles should stand up and applaud him for having the guts. Oh my goodness. This really, really needs to be like a drama series, a docudrama series, because it has got it all. Right. You should stand up and applaud him for having the guts, the heart, and the compassion to investigate something that we have yet to see good science showing us the safety of these things. Where is the science showing the safety of combining all these preventatives in a child at the age of 14 months and one day? It just goes on like this forever, man. Where's the science that shows long-term effects will not happen to these children? I almost lost one child to not being alive from this. There's no proof of any of this. These are all parental anecdotes. And it goes on and on and on, and it takes so many twists and turns, and it has a lot of manipulation tactics in there. Lots of questions. I mean, the answers are already here, but they won't accept the facts as an answer, so they deny that it's true and continue on with the agenda regardless of the pushback, whether it's by science or writers, and especially if it's by other autistics. And this is the public side. This is the public side of these people. Imagine what they're like to autistics where the public's not looking. The opinion writer said the harm that Burton can cause may be beyond measure. Yep, and it has been, and it really, it's beyond measure at this point, the harm that it's caused. I will be very interested in future if they look at this era and can actually quantify all of it, this harm, and how that rippled out. Because it ripples out, and it's not autistics who are affected by this only, it's every child. Anyhow, let's see, Daniel Sarkin goes on about fear. We want them safe. We just want safe ones. This is some circular talk and manipulation. Safe vaccines, safe things, yeah. Oh, the preventatives, but says you work for the FDA as a spokesperson. We as parents don't feel that the FDA is competent anymore because they don't like what the FDA tells them. They don't like the facts, so they're deciding, myth, belief systems. We want science to prove what we believe. This is where we're at with this particular front. Oh boy, not once at those hearings or at any other time did my father or I ever say we were anti-preventatives. Again, they're just inventing circular speak. So show me any of the organizations, all these blah, blah, blah. We all want safe preventatives. Have a nice day. Smiley face, Danielle Sarkin. And then she signs off with the very proud daughter of Congressman Dan Burton, a concerned grandparent, a concerned leader, and best yet, the bulldog. Oh my god. Oh, that reminds me of like the era where the 80s in the movie Heathers, that persnickety. Did you flip your hair when you did that too? Oh my gosh. But this patterning, you know who it reminds me of, and it sounds, if I didn't know this was Danielle Sarkin, I would have said that was Katie Wright. Because that patterning is so similar when Katie Wright comes out and starts their thing, but we're still a few years off from that right now. Nope, right now it's Danielle Sarkin and the very proud daughter of Congressman Dan Burton. I guess autistics didn't have an N with a senator dad. Called the bulldog in Congress, right? Oh my goodness. So, wow, just the level of privilege here. What is this, nepotism too? You get to have a Senate hearing, a congressional hearing of all the things you want heard about your belief system of autism, and damn it if daddy didn't do it. Well, you know what we have? We have the beauty of seeing what's happened with Dan Burton and Danielle Sarkin. We can take a look at Wikipedia and see what happened to them after this era, Did they ever hear the autistic community and evolve? Did they ever have a different understanding as the years went on and an awakening to the truth? I mean, tell you what, next video, I'm going to take a peek at Wikipedia and we'll see what it says about Dan Burton and Danielle Sarkin. Thank you for exploring autistic history.